recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with Chris Hollister. Hello, Chris.
Jonathan, it's good to be back on with you. I would say how you're doing, but I'm sure somebody else is about to ask you that, so I think you're doing okay.
I think carte blanche, everybody should know that I'm fine. I'm also full. I just ate a big Chipotle bowl, and I'm feeling good.
There you go. I actually had a couple of Dick's Wings from Dick's Wings.
Wow. Were they the,
I know.
Were they the 6-inch ones or the 13-inch one?
Wow. going back to last episode. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Oh, if you want to get that joke, you need to be a patron, folks, because that's on the exclusive feed.
And it was funny.
All right. So we have guests today. First off.
Yes, we do.
One of our favorite people in the world. David Livasy is with us. David, I mispronounced your name again, but I still love you. So talk to me, baby. How are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. We have Alex Misner with us today. Hello, Alex.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you. And we have Steven Lona with us. Hello, Steven.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the show, guys. We want to get to know you all a little bit better. Steven, we'll start with you. Tell me where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm from San Diego, California. I'm a chef by trade. I would say where I work, but technically I'm not working there at the moment. But I'll be back in a month or so. Couple of fun things about myself. I'm really into video games. If I'm not in the kitchen, I'm probably playing one video game or another. Recently got into Animal Crossing, and that's a pretty big time sink. But I'm a big Destiny player, and I'm into beer. It's a good craft beer scene out here in San Diego, so never shortage of that.
Nice. Now, do you have a favorite thing to cook?
So I get asked this question a lot. I like that context better than the other way, which is, what is your signature dish? Because that is the silliest question I think anybody can ask a chef. I do have a favorite thing to cook, though. I probably get the biggest kick out of just trying to put different things in tacos or burritos, preferably tacos, because I like the tortillas better. But I think that at this point, I'm working on a business with my business partner, and we've probably tried a few tacos. And in the history of my life, I think I've tried putting everything from like yakitori into tacos to different vegetarian tacos. It's kind of an easy thing to play around with, and it's kind of like the chef's cheater meal because it feels fancy, but it's actually pretty easy.
Oh, tacos are so amazing. I have a friend who I met at Podcast Movement. His name's Isidore Salas. He does a podcast called 10,000 Tacos, and his goal is literally to eat tacos from everywhere in the world. I'm actually going to end up looking him up and seeing if he's near San Diego. you might be able to do a feature with him. Oh, well, it's great to have you, man. Alex Misner, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
So I'm from Richland, Washington, and I'm an engineer, which isn't so fun, but most fun thing about me is I'm an avid mediocre golfer.
Ooh, an average mediocre golfer. What's that handicap?
I don't even bother to calculate that. Basically, my short game's pretty good. My long game is hazardous to spectators.
Ooh. I have killed my share of unsuspecting birds, and I don't mean birdies, when trying to learn to play.
Actually, me and my friend have a rule that if you hit a bird, you win.
Oh man, and I'm a 2-time champion. All right, well, welcome to the show. And the one and only David Livasy. David, remind everybody where you're from, what you do, and say whatever the heck you want.
Okay, so David Livasy. I live in Austin, Texas, and I am an engineer as well, although I find it fun. So let's see. I've got nothing else really. That's about it.
Any exciting news you want to share with the world?
Oh, yeah. So I'm looking at buying a house. So I'm turning into a real adult, I guess.
Woo!
I've been pushing it off for quite some time, mostly just because my industry is not very, it's just, I work in oil and gas, and it's not really a place, it's not really an industry that's really much in Austin. So, with as volatile as it is, and right now with oil prices being super low, it's probably not the smartest thing, but prices are good right now. So we'll see.
Prices are never going to be better.
That's kind of what I feel. I feel like there's never a good time to buy a house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
I think this is super exciting news, and I'm really happy for you.
I'm really happy for it.
And Jonathan's crashing at Geek Bowl.
I do have 3 extra rooms, so.
Wow. All right, so guys, it's time for Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Oh, crap, that's me.
That's
okay.
you, bro.
Man, hold on. Do I have a question around here somewhere? Let me...
Yep.
Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, on this screen. Got it. Okay, cool. I only have 2
Chris
screens.
was literally picking up Funko Pops and looking underneath them for that act, guys.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Right here. There's Thor. Anyway, so sorry, my attempt at being silly. Jonathan, I appreciate you trying to cover for me. Clearly, it did not totally work. So your Warm It Up Chris question today. I've been doing some kind of fun, silly ones lately, and I kind of want to do a serious one. And so this is going to be a best 2 out of 3, meaning that if you get, or excuse me, not 2 out of 3, but best 2. If you get 2 wrong, you're out.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
So this is, you will have a winner on this.
Okay.
Gosh.
I know. So a little competition early.
I need to center my chi.
Okay. Is that your hair?
Warming up with flits.
So why Jonathan is centering chi and stretching for a second there.
All right, I'm ready.
In Europe now includes 51 independent states. Russia, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and I can't pronounce that right, so I apologize for
Azerbaijan.
that. Azerbaijan, thank you. Georgia and Turkey are all transcontinental countries, partially located in both Europe and Asia. I don't want those, okay? Armenia and Cyprus are politically considered European countries. I don't want those either. I want the 44 countries that are in Europe only, okay? So again, we will continue on until either A, all 44 are selected, B, Jonathan says stop, or C, there's the last person standing. Okay, so Alex, you look like you're prepared. Everybody else is looking down, looking a little concerned. But Alex, I'm going to start with you first, sir.
How about the United Kingdom?
United Kingdom, absolutely. I'm going to start highlighting these off so that I don't forget any. Okay, Steven, you're next, sir.
France.
We come from France is correct. David.
Let's go Portugal.
Portugal, of course, Portugal's on there. Jonathan.
Italy.
Italy, yes. Alex.
Germany.
Germany, of course. Steven.
Denmark.
Let's see. Oops, not that one. That one. That's Germany. And so you said Denmark, absolutely. The only D1 on the list. Good job. David.
Spain.
Spain, of course, is on the list. Absolutely. Jonathan with the soft J.
Where am I?
I don't know. Jacksonville, Florida.
Lovely. I'm going to go with Sweden.
Sweden, of course, is on the list. All right, so we've gotten through 2 rounds so far. Everybody's gotten it right. Here we go with the next one. Alex.
Norway.
Norway, of course, Norway's on the list. Steven.
Finland.
Finland, yes. David.
Iceland.
Iceland, of course, Iceland's on there. Well done. Jonathan.
Ireland.
Ireland, yes. So again, 3 rounds. Everybody's still in it. Great job. Okay, Alex, back to you, sir.
Belgium.
Ooh, nice.
Belgium, yes. Steven.
Luxembourg.
Luxembourg, absolutely. Good job. David.
Poland.
Poland, yes. No more peas. We had a lot of fun with P in the last game. All right. We did, actually. That is a true statement. You have to be a Patreon listener once again to find out how much we had fun with P. All right, Jonathan, to finish out round 3.
Switzerland.
Switzerland, yes. Okay, so again, nobody is taking a hit yet. So here we go. Alex, round 4. Go ahead.
Austria.
Perfect. Steven.
The Netherlands.
Netherlands, yes. Good job. David.
Let's go with Chechnya.
Chechnya, correct. Good job. Jonathan.
I'm trying to figure out what are the most obvious ones to go with so I can knock those off before going deeper. I'm going to say Vatican City.
Vatican City, yes. All right, so again, nobody's out. Everybody stays in. Alex, you're next.
Slovakia.
Great job. Steven.
Slovenia.
Very nice. David.
Greece.
It is the word, and it is correct. Jonathan.
Andorra.
Very nicely done. Okay, so again, since we're pretty deep right now, should we break it down, Jonathan, and still do 2 or just 1?
No, keep going. You set up the game, bro. No, you made a competition out of this. We're going to see how this goes.
Okay.
Everybody, there's nobody who's given a wrong answer yet. Everybody here knows what they're doing.
I know. I love it. It's been fantastic. All right, Alex, back to you, sir.
Estonia.
Well done. No more E's. All right, Steven.
Montenegro.
Very nicely.
Oh, yes.
Done. Good deep pull. David.
Croatia.
Great job. No more C's, everybody. C's are out. Jonathan, you're up.
Monaco.
Well done. All right. So again, everybody's still in. Let's keep going. Alex.
Latvia.
Very nice. Steven.
San Marino.
Good pull.
Oh, we're getting towards the end of my list.
Here we go. David.
Albania.
Yeah.
Albania, and no more A's. All right. Jonathan, your last one for this round.
Lithuania.
Good job. Still, everybody perfect. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 left.
There's 11 left. Holy moly.
11 left.
I've only got 4 left on my list, gentlemen. It's about to get nitty and gritty.
Here we go. Alex.
Romania.
Nice job.
That was one of them.
Steven.
This is going to be a tough one. I don't know if I have one. That's good.
Are you going to tap out on this one and get your first X?
I could try Moldova, but I think that's a Russian federation.
Moldova is correct.
That was on my list, too. I'm down to 2 left.
I was going to ask a question about Moldova, too.
Okay, well,
good thing I didn't.
All right. So, David, you're next.
The Ukraine.
Correct. And I think you probably just got Jonathan's last one.
No, he didn't. I forgot Ukraine, and you just added one to me because I'm going to say Belarus.
Belarus is correct. You guys are perfect. There's so many different rounds. I'm so proud of you. Oh, my goodness.
I forgot about Belarus until you said Ukraine, dude.
All right. Let's try another one. Alex.
Liechtenstein.
Yep.
Liechtenstein is correct, and no more L's. So, Steven.
Did we do Serbia?
Serbia is correct.
Golly.
Nice pull. No more S's. David.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yep.
Bosnia and blah, blah, blah is correct. Jonathan.
North Macedonia.
North Macedonia, formerly Macedonia, is correct.
Yeah,
wow. Out of the 44 that I had on here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. We can go perfect and everybody wins.
Oh, my gosh. I only know one more.
Here we go.
I want to get them right.
Alex, you're up.
Kosovo.
That was the one.
Kosovo.
Golly.
Oh, it's correct. Steven.
I don't know if I have it.
All right. Give
Oh,
yourself
man.
a second. You're all right. I'm not going to buzz you quite yet.
All the A's are done. All the C's are done. I don't think I have one.
Man, if I had a map where they were being like marked off in front of me, I might be able to get the rest of them if I could just see the blank part of the map.
I got you.
Definitely. I don't have it.
All right, I'm going to tap you out for your first X, but if it may go around again. So, David, you're up.
Yeah, I think I'm hitting a wall because we said Slovenia, so that was.
Yep. There's no more S's.
No more S's. Yeah, I think I have to tap out on this one.
Okay. So David's got his first X, but you can keep thinking about it. Jonathan.
Is Capri its own nation?
Capri is not on the list, so Jonathan gets his first X. I'm sorry, man. All right. So, Alex, I'm going to let you try, and if you get an X, then I'm going to tell you guys what letters are still available. Okay?
All right.
All right.
How about Hungary?
Hungary is correct.
Oh my God. I can't believe I missed that.
So, okay, there's two left. I'm not giving the letters because, again, Alex got it correct. Steven, have you had the thought?
A word keeps popping into my head, but I think it's a capital, but and not a country, but is Belgrade?
Nope. I'm sorry. Belgrade is not on there. That is a capital. I'm trying to remember which one, but I think it is a capital.
Serbia.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Alex is good at geography, y'all.
So Steven, I'm sorry you're out of the contest, my friend, but great job. Really great job. David, you're up.
Nope. I could not think of anything between last round and this round.
All right, you're tapped out. Okay, so David, thank you very much again. Great job. Jonathan, can you stay in it?
I don't think I can. My last guess. Give me a sec here.
Jonathan's competition gene is flowing.
I feel like there's going to be something tucked behind Croatia. So you got Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina over there, and then to the right of that is a bunch of small nations, and we've already named quite a few of them. And I bet you there's something in there, but I can't think of it. Or maybe something tucked in over there with Poland. I can't think of one. The only other, I'm going to take a guess because I hate not guessing. I'm going to say Crete and hope that that's its own nation.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
I am eliminated. Alex
is the winner of this question. Alex, do you have any more in you?
I believe we're missing Bulgaria and Malta.
Correct and correct.
Oh my God.
I didn't think about Bulgaria. Jesus.
Wow.
You know, we should have come up with Bulgaria when Hungary went off.
That's my partner right there. Anyway, but that is some next level jump. But anyway, that very, very exciting Warming Up Chris is completed. So great. Seriously, guys, that was amazing. That was so much fun to watch. You guys did awesome.
I'm beyond impressed, y'all. Really, really great job.
Man, that is super cool.
Great job on Warming Up Chris today, Chris. That was outstanding. So this is episode number 270. If you guys noticed that all of a sudden you're back down to getting 2 shows for free every month, that's because we did free shows throughout the month of March and then most of April. We're back on it to where we have our exclusive feeds for our lieutenants and above in the Trivial Warfare Army. If you want to get weekly episodes of Trivial Warfare, you need to be a patron. Just go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up as a lieutenant or higher. I'll tell you this, because of everything going on, obviously there's been a lot of churn. A lot of people need to focus on their own finances and priorities, and bless every one of you. I understand, and I love you, and I appreciate everything that you've done for the show. I've been surprised that we've had people still signing up as new patrons, and you all are all amazing. And so just really appreciate everybody who's a part of this. Thank you so much.
Also, just Jonathan's also releasing some pretty fun extra bonus episodes on the Patreon site.
Oh man, you're not wrong. We're doing we're going to have a sitcom bracket. We're breaking down 64 sitcoms to the best sitcom of all time coming out soon. And after that, we have an After Dark episode that was recorded last night. You guys still see this giant bottle of Tito's. That was full when it was full when we started yesterday. I don't know if you can see where it is now, but at least a third of it's gone. So yeah, we have an After Dark episode coming out probably in the next month and a half. It depends on how quickly I can get it out. So a lot of fun stuff going on the Patreon side. So today's game, it's going to be Chris and Alex versus Jonathan and Steven. David is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh yeah. You know what time it is. This is Mr. Warm It Up himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia yumminess. 3 questions per round. Every right answer will get you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all of those points that you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions that we get to call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
All right, David, you're up, man.
All right. Well, thanks. I have a standard round of trivia with no extra credit, unfortunately. So there won't be any twists or turns. So round 1, the first category is It's David time, which means there will be math.
18 straight math questions.
All math. Just kidding. No, so just the first question is math. The first question is, what is the set of numbers that are infinite in quantity as proved by Euclid, can be sieved thanks to Eratosthenes, and can be calculated as 1 less than the power of 2 thanks to the work of Mersenne?
What is sieved?
Alex, just to let you...
What does that
Sieved.
mean? Sieved?
We can lock it in.
S-I-E-E-D.
I've never even heard the word. Oh, boy. You're locked in, Chris, Alex?
Yep.
I was going to say, Alex, that meme I sent you is about all I can contribute to this question. So, yes, if Alex said we're locked in, we're locked in.
Steven, how good are you at math?
I don't know. I'm doubting it right now, but pretty good normally.
Okay, that's better than me, so that's good.
So just off the top of my head, you go 2 squared is 4, 1 less is 3, 2 to the third is 8, 1 less is 7, 2 to the fourth is 16, 1 less is 15. But
15 is not prime.
Yeah.
And then 2 to the fifth, it's 25, and that's 24, and 24 is not prime.
There's one other thing that I'm thinking of, and it would be, and it's the word's escaping me right now. I think it has to do with, it's a naturally occurring thing. It occurs. It's often like illustrated by a spiral. Like
oh,
the
you're
way,
talking about the Fibonacci sequence?
Yeah, I think but I think there's a different word for that.
I mean, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8.
Yeah.
So do you know what sieved means?
I don't know that word, but I would say this. If you take 2 to the power of anything and you subtract 1, you always end up with an odd number.
Oh, hold on. 2 to the power of 5. What's 16 times 32? 31. Okay. I mean, prime numbers isn't a bad answer. Let's just go with that. It's better than anything else we got. All right. Yep. We're locked in with prime numbers.
So I think there was a question on Learned League not too long ago about Eratosthenes' sieve being used to find prime numbers.
Oh!
Yep. So there is a subset of primes called the Mersenne primes, and they just had the largest one found earlier last year. And it's 2 to some large number minus 1, and they're all prime numbers.
Holy moly. Great job, y'all.
Man, well, great job, y'all, not me. Hey. Alex crushed it in about 15 seconds.
Well, no, that's
Jonathan
what I'm saying.
Jonathan.
No, Steven's the one who thought of prime, not me. Yeah, I'm giving all credit to people who are not directly involved with Trivial Warfare.
Great job, y'all. Question 2 in round 1 is called Famous AKAs. Born September 23rd, 1920, what is the stage name of vaudevillian Joseph Yule Jr., known to me for his role as Gus in Night at the Museum, but more known by cultured individuals in Will Rogers' Follies or in 16 films as Andy Hardy?
I'm fine with that guess. It's a straight guess for us. We don't have much information because we're not familiar with it. So if you want to go with what you suggested, then I'm fine.
Yeah, we can lock that in.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay, so Alex, during the sitcom bracket, we were talking about Dick Van Dyke, and I said I remember Dick Van Dyke being in Night in the Museum, even though I can't remember the character's name, or it'd be a kind of a slam dunk.
I think he's in his early 90s, and I believe they said he was born in 1920, so it had to be someone that'd be 100 this year if they're still alive. Because I'm struggling to come up with anyone else that's that right age.
Right, because let's see, because the reason why I bring that up is because the Dick Van Dyke Show was in 1955, because we talked about that. And so it was 1920, that means that Dick Van Dyke would be 35 at that point in time. I can honestly totally see that. Maybe he was younger. I don't know. Because the problem is I would hope I would remember Rob Reiner and Night at the Museum, because I don't understand why I would remember
Carl Reiner, not Rob.
You're right. Not his son. Good call. I can't place him in the movie, and I'd rather go with the person that I place in the movie than a person that I don't remember being in the movie.
It's a guess, so if you have reasons, let's go with your answer.
I have about 80% thunder on it. I'm not confident, but like I said, I know he was in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like I say, I'm just guessing on age range, so let's go with your answer since you know he was actually in the movie.
Okay, we're gonna lock in David with Dick Van Dyke.
Well,
okay,
Steven, I'll say this: if it's Dick Van Dyke, I will be very disappointed in David, because Dick Van Dyke should be known as Bert from Mary Poppins to everybody in the world. not as Gus from Night at the Museum, if that's what he was in. So I'm just saying I will be disappointed in David if it's Dick Van Dyke. What was it that you suggested, Stephen?
Seems like the age range is off, but we said Don Rickles.
Well, Gus is one of the security guards in Night at the Museum, and it's Mickey Rooney.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do you recognize him now?
Is Mickey Rooney? Yes. Was Mickey Rooney the guy in Pete's Dragon, the original Pete's Dragon?
He was.
I loved him in that. Oh, he's great.
So I was muted, but I was before you locked in. I was like, I can give you more movies if y'all want, and then I didn't realize I was muted, so I was like, oops, my bad.
If you'd have given Pete's Dragon, we could have done it. I would have been there.
If you would have given me the guy that tried to steal the Fallout Boy role from Milhouse on The Simpsons, I would have gotten it.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh man!
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex. I did not remember he was in it until he said it. So.
No problem.
Question 3 in round 1. It's called Complete the List. What full book title is missing from this list of initialisms? The first one is LWW. The second one is PC. The third one is blank. The fourth one is SC. The fifth one is HHB. The sixth one is MN. And the seventh one is LB. For the purpose of initialisms, the articles have all been removed.
I don't know if we're going to get it right, but this is an incredibly cool question. This is really well put together.
Yeah, Alex, nice job. Yeah, I would lock that in.
Okay.
Yep, that matches up. That matches up perfectly.
So this is a series, and it's a series of 7 books. So the first thing that I was looking for was Harry Potter, right? But it doesn't look like Harry Potter. It can't be like Divergent series. It can't be there. I mean, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, Last Battle. Yeah, this is the Chronicles of Narnia. A Horse and His Boy would be HHB. This is going to be The Last Voyage of the Dawn Treader. That's what's missing.
Yeah. That works.
All right, we're going Last Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
All right, Alex, this was all you, so go ahead and...
So, pretty much, I didn't know Last was part of it. I thought it was just Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Oh, it might just be that. I might have added a word.
So the initialism that would fit would be VDT, which is Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
All right.
So
are you
now you got to come up with something, David.
Do we get credit or not? That's your choice, David.
So because the last isn't an article, I probably would not accept it. Does that make sense?
No, yeah. It's
okay, cool.
I gave an answer that didn't have the right answer there. All right.
Alex, nice job, man. Again, just crushing.
Say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
I think you're just good.
That's what I say about tennis. Like, I'd rather be lucky than good at any day.
Oh, sorry, Steven. I got excited and
so close.
You didn't know it.
I honestly, I might have been able to get there to the right title if I'd have thought for 10 more minutes, but I don't think I had any reason to think it wasn't that. So
I definitely wasn't there. So
yeah, I just re-looked it up just to make sure, and I don't see the book nor the movie have Last in it. So.
Nope. I made that part up.
Score check.
At the end of the first round, the score is 20-10. Alex and Chris have taken a lead.
Awesome. Good job, y'all. Round 2, question 1. Business and econ. Because of flexible business laws and quick resolutions to legal disputes, which, quote, middle state has the most out-of-state incorporated businesses?
Did you say middle state or little state?
Middle state, in quotes.
Middle, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Let me also clarify that middle state can be replaced with middle colony as well. So that might change how you guys are looking at it.
Yeah, that makes a big difference for us.
I'm not saying, I'm not saying
we can lock in.
All right, you're locked in. Steven.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's the Eastern Seaboard. I knew that the most popular state for incorporation, going back to I've worked with a few different restaurant groups that are looking to form larger scale incorporations, and even when it's not a good fit, that the state of Delaware comes up a lot in terms of its particularly friendly position towards countries or towards corporations. I know that it's kind of like Ireland from Europe is also really popular with incorporations as well.
I'm good with it. Let's do it.
All right, we lock in with Delaware.
So I seem to recall seeing several news stories about a building that houses the addresses of thousands of companies, and it's in Delaware.
The correct answer is Delaware. Good job, y'all.
Nice.
Nice.
All I keep remembering Delaware is Wayne's World. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
We are not worthy. All right. Round two, question 2. David tries sports ball. I got this question from Chris Eve, so I appreciate that.
Chris?
Yeah. What two brothers hold the record for most combined goals in the NHL? What two brothers hold the record for most combined goals in the NHL?
It's not the Hanson brothers, is it?
I wish.
You're looking for goals scored, right? Not goals prevented?
Correct.
Is the record for brothers, or is it like the record for two people? It's got to be like the record for any siblings, right?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay.
We're locking in with probably my bad answer.
So, Steven, I named a bunch of hockey players. I can't think of any of them that have a brother who was also a good hockey player, right?
So the challenge with that is depending on how the questions. I mean, the question's phrased pretty well. So the only thing I would be concerned about is if one of these like high scoring guys like a Gretzky or a Lemieux had a brother that even played like one season that snuck in, a few goals. I'm trying to remember if Gretzky had a brother that played at all.
I was actually thinking it might be Lemieux if that's the scenario, because I feel like there were other Lemieux in the league.
Skippy Gretzky?
I mean, Gretzky doesn't have a brother. I feel like I would know if... I mean, maybe he has a brother, but I feel like I would know if there was another Gretzky who played in the league. Lemieux felt more likely. Honestly, I think...
I know there's like a Ryan Gretzky or something. I feel like I recognize that name, but I don't know if that's just a guess.
No, I definitely have never heard of another hockey-playing Gretzky. Yeah, I think you're right in the sense that it could be like a Phil Niekro, Joe Niekro kind of thing, where Joe had a much shorter career and wasn't as well known. Lemieux is sticking with me as possibly the one who's most likely to have had a brother that played. So I wouldn't have a problem going with him.
Yeah, we can go with that. I mean, he's scored enough. I think his brother only scored 2 goals. It's probably make it work.
All right, we're going to guess the Lemieux brothers.
Well, we didn't have quite the detailed conversation y'all had, but I remember Brett Hull, his father was Bobby Hull, and I was like, well, maybe Bobby had another son or two that played in the NHL that wasn't nearly as successful as Brett, so we went with Hull.
All right, so the brother's name is Brent, and he played 13 games for Tampa Bay Lightning. The other brother that's more famous is Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Wow.
So Brent scored 1 goal with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the line of thought that Steven had of, the lesser known brother only did like 1 season and 1, low number of goals is correct.
Wow.
Well, I could feel bad about missing a hockey question.
I'm sorry, Steven. I'm sorry.
It's a Floridian, too. He played in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. 13 games. Good job, Brent.
I don't know if that's a lot of games.
It's not. No,
it's not.
Because I think they have the same number of games as the NHL or the NBA does, which is 82.
Yeah, that's
so.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot in that one season.
A fraction of a season.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, that sucks.
I feel like from now on, whenever I hear like combined goals or scores, I'm always just going to put Gretzky no matter what.
Yeah,
it's what I've learned. So.
Yeah, I mean that's the same angle we were going for. I just felt like Lemieux might have had a brother who played regularly. That's the only reason why I went that way.
Super.
Or there's just a lot of Lemieux that played hockey.
Yeah, I feel like there might have been a Patrick
Lemieux.
I'm looking it up now because I want to know.
Is it Pepe Lemieux?
I know there's a Patrick Lacroix.
There is a Patrick Lemieux. No. Apparently that's Gwen Jorgensen's husband. I don't know who Gwen Jorgensen is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, this is a nothing thing to me. Good job, Jonathan.
Round 2, question 3. Famous people in literature. Literature?
Sorry.
Nope. Pulitzer Prize winning All the King's Men by Robert Penn Warren is believed to be inspired by which Louisiana politician whose motto was "Every man a king" and was assassinated in 1935?
Alex,
so we can lock in.
Yeah, you typed in a lot faster than I did, but I was typing in the same thing.
All right, you're locked in?
Yes, sir.
So is that the right last name, Stephen? Huey, I think it's Huey somebody. Is Huey Long the right one?
Describe him to me, because I think I know where you're at, but I'm just trying to think this through.
There's a politician from the early 1900s, that was a governor of Louisiana or something like that, and he was assassinated. And the only reason I hesitate at all is that I get this person mixed up with another Huey who founded the Black Panthers.
That's Huey P. Newton.
That's Huey Newton. Okay,
Yeah,
then I think Huey Long is the right answer then.
Yeah, that feels right.
Okay, we're going to go with Huey Long.
I thought you were going to say Huey Lewis for a second there, Jonathan.
And the news.
He made the news, unfortunately.
So one of the more colorful politicians in the early 20th century, Huey Long, is what we went with.
The answer is Huey P. Long. Good job.
All right.
All right.
Worried.
It was Huey P. Newton and Huey P. Long? And P just keeps coming back in our show.
Are we doing a score check?
Yep, I was just adding it up. At the end of the second round, Alex and Chris have 40. Steven and Jonathan have 30.
Awesome. Round 3, question 1, world religions. Harmandir Sahib, also known as the Golden Temple, is located in the Punjabi city of Amritsar and is the sacred center of which monotheistic religion? It's Amritsar. Excuse me, I keep saying Armistar.
We're going to lock in.
Steven, you want to walk through the logic that you were just sharing?
Yeah, so if you were looking at the 3 prominent religions in India and you were to walk back historically, Islam was a later addition, I think, than Hindi. And I know that the 3 major religions in India that aren't Abrahamic are Hindi, Sikh, and Jain. And I'm pretty sure for the Golden Temple, it is Sikh, because Hindi is not monotheistic. And I'm pretty sure Jain has issues with certain displays of like wealth. So Sikh probably feels the most correct to me.
That is so much more information than I added. I just threw out Sikh as a possible answer because I know that it is one of the largest in India. And you added all of that additional things, which all made me feel better and better about my guess. So I'm down with it. Let's do that. So we're locked in with Sikh.
Very similarly, thinking that part of the world, Islam, Hinduism, and Sikhism. We said Sikhism.
Yep, so the answer is Sikh or Sikhism.
Awesome.
Chris, we got some smart teammates, bro.
We really do, man. I am just on Alex's coattails riding him.
Come on, ride this train, choo-choo train.
Jonathan made that rap song into country.
All right. Question 2 from round 3 is Muzak.
Music.
Clifton Chenier, spelled Chenier, is a legendary accordion player who is known for terming what type of music, formerly known as swamp pop?
The one I said?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we can lock in with what's hopefully a decent answer.
I think it's a decent answer. Now, whether it's right or not, we'll find out in a minute, but I think you crushed it. Crushed it!
So, Steven, the first thing, and maybe the only thing I can contribute here, is that when I think accordions, obviously the foremost accordion player in my mind would be Weird Al Yankovic, and so that leads me to polkas. Your statement is that polkas originated in Europe, and this sounded more like something that would have come out of the bayou, and I agree. So I am open to alternative options of what style of music involved accordions in the bayou.
Yeah, so that's where I'm stuck. So swamp pop feels Cajun.
It's very Erykah Badu sounding, you know what I mean?
Chenier sounds French. And there's a lot of French, I believe, what is that? Both Cajun and Creole.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking this is something from like Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know the name of it. My brain is going to the kind of stuff that they would play kind of old-timey going down, Bourbon Street during parades and stuff like that. I know
marches and blues, and I can't think of accordion music in that genre though.
Yeah.
Swamp pop. I don't know the name. I mean, I feel what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. I think you're on the right track. I don't have a word for that, though.
This wouldn't be like bluegrass or something like that, would it?
I assume not, because bluegrass is like a Kentucky-driven thing, and it's banjo more than accordion. I don't recall accordions in bluegrass. Honest to God, I don't recall accordions in anything other than polka, and that's my own limited knowledge. Is there some music style named after bayou?
I mean, I think there's bayou blues, but
Born on a bayou. What do you call Creedence Clearwater Revival's music? What style is that?
Rock.
Yeah. Swamp rock. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not pulling this one. This kind of reminds me of the type of music that they'd play at like a hoedown.
It's like a square dance music.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can get down with that.
But I don't have a name other than knowing kind of where I would expect to hear this type of music.
I don't know either, man. So, do we want to go with an answer that we know is wrong? Or do you want to make something up?
Well, the funny answer, just call it hoedown. It's going to be right in that ballpark. That or, I mean, do-si-do isn't terrible, but I think that's more of a dance.
I'd rather say something like Bayou something.
Blues?
Say again? The Bayou Blues? Sure, we'll say Bayou Blues.
All right, we
can. So my trivia team will be the first to tell you that it's dangerous to trust me on music, but I think the Cajun style is Zydeco.
So when I used to go to work in Lafayette, Louisiana, I used to have to go to, there was a festival for this type of music, and it was also helped kind of inspire some of the music for Princess and the Frog, and it is Zydeco music.
Nice job, Alex.
That's my one contribution to music.
Alex, you are an impressive player, bro.
And David, you said it wrong. It's Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Like say in general, don't trust me on pop music.
It's swamp pop. It's different.
Luckily, it wasn't pop then. It's gonna be May.
All right. Round 3, question 3. The category is words with trivial war friends. There are a few words in Scrabble that can be formed without vowels. One is the cruth, CRWTH, a type of string instrument from which nation? This nation is known for a meme-tastic weather report that contains a city with 58 letters.
We're locked in.
And by we, he means Alex is locked in. Chris is just wanting to go get him a beverage or something.
All right.
It's a team sport, Chris.
He's humble, too.
All right, Jordan.
So I know the meme that we're referring to exactly. When I sometimes have really bad insomnia and I tend to watch YouTube compilations of funny bloopers and stuff like that. And this video pops up. This really isn't a question of what they're talking about. I recognize the conversation, and what the meme is this really good looking reporter, weatherman, and he is doing it was specifically geared towards this to make it kind of like this occurrence, and he is doing the weather and the different like temperatures for each region, and he ends up reading off this really long name. And now the only thing that I'm torn on is whether it's Wales or Scotland, and my gut is telling me it's Scotland, but I also know that some of the Celtic words and spelling sometimes pop up in Welsh regions as well. But I know it's one of the other. It's more of like I'm drawing a blank on which country it is, but I do remember the actual meme itself.
Well, if we've got a guess between Scotland and Wales, I'm comfortable just going 50-50 and saying Scotland as a shout out to our friend Addie Lewis.
Okay, that's good with me then.
All right, we'll do Scotland.
All right. Well, one of my favorite books is Into Thin Air, and as they're climbing Everest, they go through the Western Coombe, which is CWM, and they say that is from Welsh.
Shut.
The city literally means St. Mary's Church in the hollow of White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool, and the Church of St. Tizilio near the Red Cave. And there's a lot of L's, W's, G's, Y's, and it is the nation of Wales.
Addie, you screwed me over.
Alex, you are a force to be reckoned with, my friend. Woo. Wow.
Oh, come on. The wheels can come off at any time.
Oh, you say that, mister, but I'm doubting that very seriously. I am just going to enjoy taking the day off right now.
At the end of the third round, the score is 70-40. Chris and Alex are in a commanding lead.
Going into the midpoint, I figured because of all of the COVID-19 quarantine, a lot of people are swiping left, swiping right, using all their little dating apps and whatnot. So I figured, I talked with Stacy, and we came up with an idea of disease Tinder profiles.
Ooh.
So
okay, and Stacy who? Let's give her full credit.
Stacy Mo McPeak.
Yes,
exactly.
I figured that, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. So I'll give you 5 different profiles, and then you'll give me which disease it's attributed to.
It's so incredibly creative. I love it.
Oh my goodness!
All right.
This is a David question if I ever heard of one. This is awesome.
All right. So question 1. The name is Lisa Virus. Lyssa virus. My age is 4,020 years old. My interests are dogs, bats, really any warm-blooded species. My dislikes are water. I'm really terrified because I'm way too thirsty. A little bit about me. Get ready for me to expand your mind. Like really, your brain is going to swell. You'll really feel like heat between us building up, and likely within 24 hours, you'll feel like you've died and gone to heaven.
We can lock that in, Steven. I'm 100% on that.
Yeah, I am too.
David, because of the way you're reading these, do you just want to do them one at a time and then do the points at the end? Okay.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right, so we're locked in.
Yeah, we're locked in as well.
All right, let's go to number 2.
Number 2, Plasmodium. PLAS space MODIUM. My age is between 50,000 and 100,000 years old. I don't really know. I'm in search of someone who likes hanging out with friends like Mo, Skeeto, watch out, he likes to bite, at our favorite hangout, quote, bad air. I dislike quinine and artemisinin. My favorite lyric is from Katy Perry's song, You're Hot, Then You're Cold. You'll be fevering and sweating 1 minute and then suddenly chill to the bone. Got to keep you guessing.
Yeah, I think we can lock in.
We're locked in.
Question 3. Yersinia pestis. 3,850 years old. My interest, the late Middle Age history, bonfires, playing Ring Around the Rosie. My dislikes are inventions of antibiotics and modern clean society. When I'm around, your lymph nodes will pull a Violet Beauregard from my favorite Roald Dahl book. A lot of people might think I'm a thing of the past, but I go on about 106 or 650 dates per year. Fun fact about me, I have a ton of pet rats.
I'm a big fan of nymph loads myself.
Sorry, I don't know what was going on.
We're locked in.
Oh, okay, Steven, let's talk out loud about this one. So you're wondering if it's the bubonic plague. I'm wondering if it's cholera.
Well, Ring Around the Rosie is was a song. So the song "Ring Around the Rosie," "Ashes Full Posy," that whole song was written about. I'm pretty sure it was written about the plague.
Oh, it was? Okay, well then let's do that then. All right, we're going to lock in.
Question 4. Just Al. 119 years old, although I'm probably older. I'm in search of someone typically 65 or older. I like them older. Who's looking to let go of the past. You won't really know what hit you, but slowly all that stress of remembering everything will just melt away. You may even find yourself speechless. Nobody really knows how or why I do the things I do.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Steven, you good with that? Yep, we're locked in too.
Number 5, name is Streptococcus, 24, 20 years old. Likes, kids are the cutest. Dislikes, just fire. I'm an artist deep down. I'll be your 50 Shades of Red. Some say I'm rash, and maybe I am, but my spirit animal is the strawberry-tongued Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, you're right. We're locked in.
So, I mean, Streptococcus is a thing. I don't know if that we're talking about like strep throat, or are we talking about like staph infections?
Strep throat seems really easy.
I agree.
And I don't think that the rosy tongue is a sign of strep. I'm thinking it's gonna be in that MMR
Measles,
area.
mumps, and rubella.
Yeah.
Could it be like chicken pox?
But is the age 20 to 25 years old, or is that what they're saying?
2000. It's when it was age is like when it's discovered.
Right. And how old was it?
2,420 years old.
So 2,000 years ago.
And it happens a lot with children.
Yeah. Mumps, fits. I don't know anything about rubella.
So I'm pretty sure rubella expresses in a rash. That would be what he's saying with the 50 Shades of Red is that it would be, and then some people say I'm a little bit rash.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels like rubella. Mumps, I don't think mumps expresses in a rash.
Okay. I don't know. If you feel anything about rubella, that's fine by me. I don't know the right answer. I know Streptococcus is a frequent flyer when it comes to disease causing, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like there's more than one disease that is presented from that same bacteria.
Right.
Or virus, right, or whatever the heck it is.
I mean, I'm good with rubella if you are.
Sure. Let's do that. All right. So, David, our answers for the 5 are rabies, malaria, bubonic plague, Alzheimer's, and rubella.
Okay.
All right. Alex, I wrote them down, but you answered most of them fairly quickly, so I'm going to let you take it over.
All right, so we agree on most, and we have rabies, malaria, bubonic plague, Alzheimer's, and the last one, the Velveteen Rabbit, they have to burn all of his beddings, and he had scarlet fever.
So the first one is rabies, second one is malaria, the third one is the bubonic plague, the fourth one is Alzheimer's, and the last one, and that's exactly the Velveteen Rabbit nod, it's the scarlet fever.
Oh, great job.
Wow.
Great job.
Whew. Man, this is a tour de force today.
That's 16 for us and 20 for y'all at the end of the midpoint. Chris and Alex have 90. Steven and Jonathan have 56.
And Jonathan, again, from here on out, just say Alex and Chris. All right, it's not Chris and Alex. It's Alex and Chris.
I know, but Chris and Alex has a sitcom feel to it.
That's true.
All right, round 4. Round 4, question 1 is resume. What individual has the following resume items? 1. Inspired Robert F. Kennedy's 1968 presidential campaign. 2. Recorded and performed Splish Splash to millions. 3. Embodied Tony in the film Come September. And 4. United with Sandra Dee from 1960 to 1967. Gotta use all those action and power words, guys.
Okay, you want to lock in with that, Alex?
Yes, and for the record, you lock this one in.
Fair enough. We're locked in.
So, Steven, I know the song Splish Splash.
Yeah,
Splish Splash, I was taking a bath. Yesterday was Saturday night. Rub-a-dub, jumped out of the tub. Yeah, so it might be Chubby Checker. I don't know any of the other clues.
Checker more than I like Fats Domino.
I do too. I just don't love Chubby Checker yet.
It doesn't feel obvious, but
come on, baby, let's do the twist. It's kind of similar voice.
Yeah,
but not 100%.
I just can't pull Fat Domino's voice at the moment
either. Fats Domino doesn't feel right, but Chubby Checker doesn't feel 100% right either.
It doesn't, but I think it feels more right than Fats Domino. Those are the two choices that we have right now.
Do you have any other people like that, choices that I'm not thinking of? This was a novelty song. This might have been a one-hit wonder.
See, 1968. I mean, I guess that's like, it could be like the Big Bopper, but I don't think that
Chantilly lace and a pretty face, ponytail hanging down. That's the Big Bopper.
The Sandra D part is what I'm trying to...
Oh, I don't know anything about Sandra D, dude. In fact, I ignored the rest of the clues because I didn't know anything about him.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not going to be the Big Bopper because Chantilly Lace was his first big hit. And really his only big hit. So
in the question, they were married to Sandra D?
He said reunited or united with?
So this sounds like they were in a band or in a group for 7 years? Before they inspired the run. See, that's the only reason I was thinking about the plane crash. Is I feel like wasn't the plane crash that killed the Big Bopper and Buddy Holly and Richie Valens? Wasn't that in the 60s?
Yeah, I think it was the early 60s. I feel like it had to be because Buddy Holly didn't make a bunch of music in the 60s, right? Meaning he must have already been passed away. Plus, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident that the Big Bopper was a one-hit person.
Okay, yeah, this isn't the guy who wrote Great Balls of Fire.
No, Jerry Lee Lewis, definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, I like Chubby Checker.
Yeah, I don't think it's right, but it's the best thing we've said so far. So let's do it. We'll go with Chubby Checker.
Yeah, we locked in based off of Splish Splash, a little bit of the Sandra D part with Bobby Darin.
No!
If I gave you Mac the Knife?
But I've literally been saying Bobby Darin in my head and discarding it because that couldn't be the right answer the whole time.
So Bobby Darin worked on Robert F. Kennedy's presidential campaign, and he was married to Sandra D. I use the word united because, again, power words and resumes. Answer is Bobby Darin.
I had no idea about the RFK thing. That's interesting.
I want to
Splish Splash was the only thing I recognized.
Apparently, he was in the hotel when Robert F. Kennedy got assassinated at the time. I'm not sure.
Wow.
I was trying to look into it. I wasn't sure if he was I don't know where in the hotel he was or if he was in his room when it happened, but he was in the hotel with him.
Wow.
Steven, dude, I should have said it. I've literally, the name came up in my brain probably 10 times while we talked, and I ignored it every time because it was not possibly the right answer.
Well, I felt like Mac the Knife would have made it too.
No, I would have been all over that for sure. Well, I'm so disappointed in myself.
Always say what comes up in your brain.
I agree. I tell other people
Always
that.
Say it.
Oh.
All right.
I'm just happy that I contributed. I feel good.
Okay. Round 4, question 2. Your category is the occult. The tarot deck is a set of playing cards to play games across Europe and was later used for divination. Its 78 cards were broken up into 4 suits that include 21 trump cards, including the Empress, the Tower, the Magician, the Fool, and 56 pip cards, similar to a standard playing deck. Can you name 2 of the 4 suits that represent the pip cards?
Yeah, I think. Are you the second one I named there, Steven? Are you? That's the old, that one. I'm like 90% on. Are you confident in that one? The second one?
Yeah, we can go with it.
All right,
go with it.
We're gonna lock in then with the first 2 I said.
So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure cups is one of them,
Okay.
and I'm thinking stars,
Okay.
maybe staves or something like that too.
Oh, staves sound familiar. I mean, I don't know too much about this, but I know a bit about playing cards and stuff like that. I remember reading in the history of playing cards a little bit about this, but that's why I said knives was one of them, but I wasn't confident in that answer at all. And,
I would think swords more than knives, but It sounds like we both might have recognized something on staves, so you want to try cups and staves?
Yeah, I like that. I don't know about cups, but you had a lot of thunder around that. That was pretty immediate.
It's just one that sticks out in my mind. So let's try cups and staves.
All right, that works.
So we wrote down 4 things: pentacles, wands, staves, and swords. And we went with pentacles, which are like coins with a star in them, and wands.
Okay. So the one that I don't think was labeled, was swords. Or did y'all say swords?
They said swords.
Okay, sorry.
Not as one of our answered. So
cool. Okay, so the ones that weren't, So swords is one. The other ones are cups and chalices. They're depending on which set you're looking at.
Oh, no.
The other one is coins, pentacles, discs, or rings. And the last one is wands, batons, cubs, or staves.
Yes.
Oh man.
So both of you got it. Good job.
I was panicking when he said cups. I'm like, oh no, I didn't remember cups.
Okay, yeah. So, and I get Alex, I think you're right. Instead of knives, it was swords. So I just remembered sharp, pointy things.
Sharp, pointy things. All right, great job. Round 4, question 3. What's that sound?
It's David's voice.
It's my voice.
I went dirtier with that.
Oh my!
Like, how did you hear that?
In the 1951 movie Distant Drums, a series of sound effects were recorded of a soldier getting bitten and dragged underwater by an alligator. What is the name of this sound that has been used nearly 439 times in films and TV series?
We are locked in.
My stupid spell check would not allow me to spell it. I was so ticked. And then Alex brings it in. It's like, dang it, he got it again.
So I actually looked this up when I was a kid, when I first got into watching Star Wars, because it popped up in Star Wars so many times. I literally was like, why is that scream the same one every time? And then I started, I actually didn't know the name of it. And I started watching one of my favorite YouTube channels, Cinema Sins, where they just go through and knock movies on using cliches or tropes or things like that. And that's actually where I learned the name of this the first time. Is he will always add extra sins to the movie when they use the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, we said Wilhelm scream, the sound of many a dead stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm. Especially falling.
And I think Lucasfilm said that Rise of Skywalker was going to be the last time they actually used that.
Oh, wow.
That would be sad.
I'm pretty sure that Boba Fett is one of them when they throw him in the pit of Sarlacc.
100%.
I agree.
100%.
As a non-Star Wars guy, the answer is Wilhelm scream.
Woohoo!
I just haven't seen them all, or any of them, really.
Oh,
because
David,
you get
awesome.
too busy with them nymph-loads, man.
Nymph-loads.
Playing the accordion.
I watched The Mandalorian and I quite enjoyed it. And I'm wondering if the movies are similar to The Mandalorian. And if it is, then I should watch it.
No, they're not.
Depends on the movie.
They're not.
4, 5, and 6.
Rogue One is going to be the most like Mandalorian.
I was about to say yes. Rogue One, if I was going to recommend it to somebody who's not a Star Wars person and doesn't care about any of the history stuff, Rogue One's the one that's the easiest to access as an individual movie. Or Solo would be good too.
Perfect. All right. Score check.
At the end of the 4th round, it's 120-76. Alex carries Chris yet again. No, I'm
True
teasing.
Story.
I'm teasing.
Hey, Chris locked in one of these.
And he would have locked in 2 of them if his spell check didn't say Wilhelm school.
Yes, it was just like, dang it. I hate you, phone.
All right, round 5. The first questions category is science.
Science.
What was the first commercially successful synthetic thermoplastic polymer created by Wallace Carruthers at a research facility in the company that is central to the plot of the 2019 Dark Waters film starring Mark Ruffalo and Tim Robbins?
Oh.
You want to lock that in?
Yeah, since we both came up with the same thing, let's lock it in.
Okay, we're locked in, guys.
I don't know what a lot of those words mean, Steven. Are you familiar?
I was thinking the same thing, Jonathan, by the way. I was like,
Okay.
well, those are words.
Are you familiar with the movie Because if it's DuPont, then it would be like Teflon, I think. Or if it's like Goodyear, maybe it's rubber.
So thermoplastic, rubber is a naturally occurring substance. Rubber is actually rubber, rubber gum. So thermoplastic would be a plastic that holds up can conduct and hold up to heat. So I'm thinking you're kind of in the Teflon range works for me.
It wouldn't be Kevlar, would it?
No, Kevlar has to do with kinetics. Is the title of the movie you're referring to Dark Water, or is that like a...
The movie's called Dark Waters.
I'm drawing a blank on where that movie happens, but I mean, if it's DuPont, Teflon seems to work. The only other thing I could imagine it being is like when they do silicon mats or silicon baking molds. I remember Teflon being pretty old, and there's it was a big advent for back in like the 50s or 60s, I believe.
I think, yeah.
I mean, if I was going to go with anything, I would go with Teflon.
And you want the name of the polysynthetic whatever? That's what you're looking for, is that name?
Correct. The synthetic thermoplastic polymer.
Yes, that's what I said.
That's exactly what you said.
The nymphlodes. Okay, Teflon. We're locked in. We're good.
So I'm pretty sure Kevlar was invented by a woman, and so that's not this. So my guess was Teflon.
Mine was too.
Okay, so the movie Dark Waters is Mark Ruffalo. He's a lawyer, and he's going against the company DuPont.
Yeah.
And so DuPont had a spinoff called Chemours, who created Teflon. But DuPont themselves created nylon.
Oh, no. Is nylon?
Oh.
The answer is nylon.
Oh, no.
We got duped.
Y'all are almost there.
We fell for the okie doke.
Over there.
My apologies.
I'm not.
Oh, that's a cool question.
I didn't know that nylon and DuPont had a relationship at all.
They did.
Okay.
Round 5, question 2. Vidya games. With elements taken from Gashapon capsule toys and randomized drop systems from MMORPGs, what type of reward system believed to nurture gambling behavior in underage children has caused games like Fortnite, Rocket League, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 to change the reward system? I should also note that when I say reward system, it's not that you just earn it, you also can buy it, which was the crux of the issue.
Alex, I like your guess. I have nothing to add to the conversation because I should play more video games instead of board games, I suppose.
All right, then I guess we will lock in.
So I had a little bit of thunder on this one. This was actually the source of a lot of controversy at the release of Battlefront 2, and it actually did make them change the system. And it's actually, I play a lot of Destiny 2, and it's actually becoming a conversation in regards to their microtransaction market as well, although for a different reason. But these are loot boxes.
Sure.
So that's what and I believe the way these were structured to actually make it more addictive is the depending on what game you play, you would actually be in something of a physical marketplace, and you would watch your competitors or your teammates or squad mates open theirs, and you could see what they got, and then you would see your own rewards, and would entice you to buy additional loot boxes to try to get the reward that your teammates got. So that's what I would say.
Hey, we're locked in. Good.
So I was a little nervous because I didn't know if there was another name for this, but Chris and I agreed to lock in on loot boxes.
The answer is not to be confused with the loot crates that you used to have, but
right?
Loot boxes.
All right. Good job. So,
really nice job, Alex.
Steven, you're a big Destiny player. Did you hear about the Destiny prequel coming out?
I haven't heard much about it. I know that they've been talking about it. I'm curious if they're to see more of the details on it.
Yeah, it's going to be called Destiny's Child.
That's very good.
That's literally, I don't even know if there's a prequel. This is just a joke I wanted to use.
Wow, Jonathan. I can't even look at you.
There's actually some conversation about whether or not one of their new properties, there's a property they're working on called Matter, and there's another couple of properties that Bungie's working on that they actually think may be the world before.
Ooh.
Any happens.
Nice.
All right. Round 5, question 3 is a tri-bond.
Oh, I love tri-bonds.
Let's hope you like this one. What connects a Tenacious D song, a prop in a 1984 Robert Redford movie, and a UFC fighter named Steven Thompson?
We can lock in, Steven.
Cool, if you got it.
I'll write it to you just so that you're with me.
Yeah, cool.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay. So the prop, that's the baseball bat, I think, from The Natural.
Yeah, that's the movie I was thinking it was.
Yeah, so and I think that's Wonder Boy, right?
I'm not sure. I know the Simpsons parody, it was the Wonder Bat. So Wonder Boy seems like it'd be something that would be a takeoff of.
Yeah, and I'm trying. I mean, I only know a handful of Tenacious D songs, so that's not going to help me out at all. So I think it's. I really think it's Wonder Boy, because I mean, we were just talking about this movie in the sports bracket, and I think that came up a little bit in the conversation. And so
sounds like you have a lot of thunder on that one, so let's go with it.
I got about 90% chance of thunder. So maybe
that's
a little
better than most
participation.
weathermen, so let's go.
All right, we're locking in with Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy, what is the secret of your power? It's definitely Wonder Boy. It's the name of the song, and it's the name of the bat.
And it's the nickname of UFC fighter Steven Thompson, who I have no idea who he is.
Me neither. That was more like a buy bond for me.
Yeah, really what it was.
Scott Barber probably could have crushed that part, but not this guy.
I was trying to use the disambiguation page on Wikipedia, and it was like the mascot of Arkansas Tech's people are the Wonder Boys, and I was like, who knows Arkansas Tech?
That's a hard pass.
Right. So I just hope that UFC fighter who was still fighting, like I looked it up and he was like, he's still currently fighting. I thought that might have been for people who know sports, but I don't know.
Well, that's the end of the fifth round, and the score is 140 to 96. Alex Chris maintaining a strong lead.
All right. Round 6 is kind of like they all have a common thread. And I figured since we're all COVID-19, I would look at Netflix original shows.
Okay.
So it's three questions on three different Netflix original shows.
Cool.
All right. So the first one, Kenya Barris is the producer who brought us many shows from the perspective of the Black community, such as Blackish, Grownish, Mixedish, and Netflix's Black AF. He is also the co-creator of what competition show spanning 24 seasons from 2003 to 2018 with a Black judge?
Alex, I think that's it.
If you're comfortable with that, I say go for it.
Yeah. Okay. We're locked in.
Both things that you put down, Jonathan, I think are really good. The challenge there is that both could have a co-creator.
Yeah, because the first creator could have been Heidi Klum.
I was
top
thinking
model could have been Heidi Klum.
Isn't it? I thought America's Next Top Model was Tyra Banks.
Oh, I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah. No, what was the Heidi Klum one? That was a fashion. That was no, that's the wrong one. That was fashion. That was that's not the right answer. So yeah, Tyra Banks.
That's where it ends up. So if you're picking between, if you're saying it's a co-creator, Drag Race is RuPaul, and then you have America's Next Top Model, which is Tyra Banks, and I think it ends up being this kind of tight 50-50.
Didn't Top Model? Isn't there like a new host now, like Adriana Lima or somebody like that? I've seen her picture on a lot of Top Model advertising, and I feel like that's still happening.
Oh, Adriana Lima?
I think so. I think that's who that person is.
If we're going to be stuck on those two, then I would say if that's good logic to go with Drag Race, because something's got to break the tiebreaker there. So
yeah, and I've been leaning towards Drag Race the whole time, so I think I'd like to say that too. So we're going to lock in with RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay, we also talked about that, but I think RuPaul's Drag Race just finished another season, just like a couple months ago or something like that. But after talking it out extensively with Alex, I remember Tyra Banks, and we locked in with America's Next Top Model.
Oh my God.
So America's Next Top Model aired from 2003 to 2018 and had Tyra Banks for 24 seasons. So the answer is America's Next Top Model.
Nice, Chris.
Right.
Well, Steven, I'm good enough to get us close to right answers, but not good enough to get us right answers.
RuPaul's Drag Race is only 12 seasons long.
So am I totally wrong about Adriana Lima being involved with a current top model? Because I've seen a lot of advertising for that.
Let me see.
She could be involved with the show that Heidi Klum used to host or something like that.
Which would be Project Runway is what you were trying to
Project Runway, yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, because one of the things that we were talking about originally, Jonathan, was So You Think You Could Dance. And I told Alex, I said, Jonathan loves that show. He would have locked that in already if it was that.
Yeah, I don't see anything about Adriana Lima hosting.
No, she's Move Over, America's Next Top Model. Adriana Lima's hosting a new competition series.
Oh, it's a different one?
Apparently it's a different one. It's close in name. American Beauty Star.
Trapped by the headline.
I hate myself.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Jonathan. That does it. I'm driving over there, giving you Alex Trebek and hugging you.
Stop.
Aww.
Oh.
Don't make me do it.
Lo siento. Lo siento. All right. Question 2 from round 6. In Big Mouth, Nick Birch has a ghost in the attic of which famed jazz musician known for his song, It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing, which led him to be dubbed as, quote, aristocrat of swing. And I'll let you know, like in my text, I have aristocrat bolded. So that's a big hint.
You good, Alex?
Yeah, I think your answer is probably right.
Okay, we're locked in.
So, Steven, both of the answers I suggested feel like they could be aristocrats, Count Basie and Duke Ellington, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea which one it is. That's not the kind of show I watch.
I feel like that song is Duke Ellington.
Oh, well, then let's go with Duke Ellington then.
I think that's it. But I just can't remember what Count Basie did.
I mean, he was a band leader, and I think he played piano. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Schwap, 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 schwap. Who does all the schwaps?
Duke Ellington was a guitarist, no?
I got no idea.
You did a lot of schwaps last night, right?
No, those were shots.
Schnapps?
I did, yes, actually. Oh, I took them downstairs. I had both sour apple and watermelon schnapps up here.
If you want to go with Duke Ellington, we can go with that.
If you think the song was done by Duke Ellington, then that's a pretty good reason to go with it, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm wondering if I'm just drawing an association because we both put Duke Ellington out there. Yeah, we can go with that.
All right. We're locking in Duke Ellington.
All right. We also locked in with Duke Ellington.
Duke Ellington was a pianist. The answer is Duke Ellington.
All right.
Good job, y'all.
This is the Chris round.
All right. The third question in the 6th round is Narcos's Pablo Escobar is known for doing many things during his lifetime, but his actions have far-reaching implications, including an infestation of what super-territorial animal in the state of Antioquia?
Chris, you good with locking that in?
I was just texting you. Yeah, I literally just talked about this with some friends the other day about this show, so 100%.
All right, let's lock it in.
Now let me delete all that I just said to you in person. All right.
Steven, have you ever seen Narcos?
No, I've never watched the show, but I know that he was trying to build a zoo.
Is that what the movie We Built a Zoo? Was that about him?
That's exactly.
Yes, no, that's a little known story.
So, I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure that when the collapse of his particular empire, I believe they released all the animals, or they all escaped, or something like that. So I'm trying to think about infestation.
When I think of territorial, I mean it's not like tigers, is it? It's probably not. I don't think so. I don't think so either. So maybe it's a rodent of some sort, or a monkey. Maybe it's monkeys.
Yeah, well, we're going infestation, into which I'm thinking it's something that's that has a pretty high, like it breeds quickly, like
rabbits.
Not like in that realm. So I don't know if it's like. I know that what was they had the whole issue in Hawaii. Was it when they brought the weasels in to deal with? It's going to be something like that.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm just trying to think of territorial things. So territorial, I associate with mammals. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I associate that with mammals. And I would think that a territorial thing would need to be big enough to enforce their territory.
So what I was thinking is like, okay, what are the animals that, people that had money and influence wanted to kind of show off? And like tigers obviously are in that boat, but it seems kind of wrong because I don't know.
Tigers, big snakes.
What I was thinking is like chimpanzees.
Yeah. When you think of territorial, do you think of individually territorial or group territorial? Because it's not chimpanzees if it's individually. They live in communities.
Right. So what I was thinking as far as like singular territorials, I'm not sure how you'd get an infestation of singularly territorial.
Yeah. That's good.
They kill themselves, sadly. But I know that chimpanzees commune, they have rival communes, but they do live in big families. And I know that they're very aggressive and they're very violent animals. And they're pretty prodigious hunters. Outside of that, or the only other thing I could think is like a bird. Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure I can draw a blank to a bird other than like a parrot. But I don't know that parrots are necessarily territorial. I think they migrate.
Yeah, I'd be fine with chimpanzees. We don't have a great answer, so that seems like a plausible answer, and plausible is as good as we can be sometimes.
That feels we can go with that.
All right, chimpanzees. Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
So there was a grand tour special in Colombia where they're going around photographing rare animals, and the last set they went to were Pablo Escobar's hippopotamuses.
Holy
Yep, so he's caused a giant quote unquote infestation of hippopotamuses in the area.
Whoa. That is nothing to mess with. Hippopotamuses are badass.
That should be your new team name in fantasy football, the Hippos.
You're not wrong, man. The
hungry hippos.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. I like it. I might have to have a team name change.
That's all yours, my brother. That is all yours.
The Thundering Hippos.
No, the Thundering Hungry Hippos.
The Thungery. All right. Hippos. At the end of the 6th round, wow. I mean, Chris and Alex and Chris. It's a bromance, folks. It's a bromance. 170 points. Steven and Jonathan have a respectable 106, but that ain't nothing compared to those two. Holy mo! So Chris consecutively has gone into gauntlets with 180 and 170 points.
It's been a good couple games for me, for sure.
So, the gauntlet. Probably haven't noticed because it's a lot darker in my room than I anticipated, but I actually dyed my hair purple as well.
Did you?
Before knowing Jonathan was doing it as well.
We got purple hair brothers.
I dyed my hair purple too, can't you see?
Mm-hmm. So what color purple is yours? Is it like a burgundy wine or is it like a bluish?
Metallic. It's a darker burgundy-ish metallic purple.
Oh, mine's like a Merlot kind of. Yeah. That's the color I would call it.
So
mine's Merple.
Merple. So I themed the gauntlet Purple Rain, an ode to Jonathan, David, and that city in Minneapolis.
I love it.
Okay.
Purple Rain. All right. So we got to come up with our wagers. Let's figure those out.
Actually, can you spell rain for us, please?
It is RAIN.
Okay, thank you.
Straightforward.
Just making sure.
Straightforward.
Okay, our wager is locked in.
Okay. We're locked in. Our wager is locked in.
Okay. All right. So the gauntlet. Again, it's called Purple Rain, an ode to David, Jonathan, and that city, Minneapolis. Question 1. Before the 1800s, because the color purple was so expensive, it was not used in the creation of many nations' flags. However, if you were to visit present-day Roseau or Managua, you'd be able to see the only flags to include purple. Name either one of the countries you'd have to visit to see this purple majesty.
Can you spell Rousseau and Managua, please?
Roseau, Roseau. Managua, Managua.
So there's 2 countries with purple?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Are these independent countries?
I think so. Let me check real quick. One for sure is. Yeah, they both are.
All right, we're going to lock in. You just want one, right?
Correct, just one.
All right.
All right, let's lock it in.
Okay, we're locked in.
Question 2. A really fun and interactive board game about rain is called Petrichor. Petrichor comes from the Greek words Petra, meaning rock or stone, and Ichor, which refers to the blood that flows through the veins of the gods. What property of rain does Petrichor describe?
Okay, I know a lot of board games, David, and you just bust out one I've never heard of before.
You've never played Petrichor? What?
I've
never heard that
Petrichor.
board game, but I think I know the answer, so we can lock in if you're comfortable.
Yep, I'm good, man. So let's go ahead and lock that sucker in.
We are also locked in.
Good job. Question 3. What 1985 number one hit performed by Ready for the World is often misattributed to Prince? The titular woman, commonly referred to as the Queen of Percussion, even asked Prince when he wrote the song for her, to which he responded, "I didn't. I will accept either the song title or the woman in question."
We're locked in.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lock that in.
All right. The first question was about purple flags, or flags that contain purple, with the capitals Rousseau and Managua. Jonathan and Steven, what'd you get?
I knew why purple was more available to this part of the world. I knew it was an island, and I couldn't remember if it was something near the Seychelles or something in the Caribbean. But I know that the reason that purple was more plentiful is because the dye they were using came from sea snail shells. So that's why they were able to do it. We tried to stick with like the French origin, and the one thing I remember, and this goes back to a very old conversation, but we were having conversations about what people from different parts of the Caribbean call themselves. And from what I understand, people, I may be totally wrong, but people from Barbados call themselves Baitian. And I think that has some historical origins in the fact that they were at one point a French colony. And I'm pretty sure that Barbados is a new name for the region, for the island. So I think we locked in on that one with Barbados.
So we weren't sure. I know I'm going to kick myself when I hear what Managua is because it rings a bell somewhere. So we just guessed another Caribbean country and went with Antigua and Barbuda.
Okay. Question 2 was about the board game called Petrichor, and I asked you, what property of rain does Petrichor describe? Alex and Chris?
So I'm pretty sure I've heard petrichor referred to as the smell of rain.
And we were confident that the smell after it rains is known as petrichor, so we also said smell.
Okay. Question 3 was about the song. Was about a song performed by Ready for the World about a specific woman, the Queen of Percussion. So I took either the name of the song or the titular woman. So Jonathan and Steven?
Steven, you said you're a Prince fan. The reason I got an answer so quick is that I was looking up artists, musicians for Warm It Up Chris a couple of weeks ago, and I was looking for more women and ended up running across Sheila E. So she jumped right to mind. It sounded like you had an even better connection.
The line about her having asked Prince when he wrote it for her is actually, I remember reading an article referring to that actual conversation when he passed away.
Mm. So we went Sheila E.
Yep, we about the same thing. I think the song is A Man's Touch, but I can't really remember the name of it. But we decided that the better answer is to go ahead and give the woman's name, and that was Sheila E.
All right, so let's go with the ones y'all have the same. So the second question, which would be describing what petrichor, property of rain petrichor describes. I have the smell of rain hitting soil, so the smell. Good job.
Nice.
Question 3 was the 1985 number one hit. So you both got the titular woman, which was Sheila E., who was, I believe, she worked with Prince on in a lot of his music. And the song was called "Oh Sheila."
Oh,
yeah,
Sheila,
yeah.
Of course. Yep.
She said titular lady.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow.
As far as the first one, so a lot of you try to go for the country whose capital was Rousseau, so we'll go with Managua. So Managua is actually the capital of Nicaragua. And what it is, it's two blue panes and the white in the middle, and there's a rainbow inside of where it is, which includes the purple.
Oh, just a tiny bit.
Yeah. And the second one is Rousseau. So Rousseau is actually the capital of Dominica. which has on their flag a parrot, which is the color purple.
Moses.
We're in the right region.
Yep.
So unfortunately, no points awarded for that. And I also use the word purple as opposed to maroon because, like I think Latvia and Qatar and Vatican City all have maroon in them, which I looked at differently. So,
and that's only 3. You would think there'd be 5 countries like that.
Yeah.
they could be the Maroon 5.
The Maroon 5.
Oh.
Except there'd be 7 of them.
I also wouldn't use maroon because I'm a Longhorn, so I refuse to ever acknowledge the color maroon. So,
not a maroon. All right, so wagers are important. We both missed one question, so we're both losing points or maybe staying the same. Chris and Alex, what did you wager?
We were going for the lockout with 43 points.
That's what we predicted you would wager. We realized there was nothing we could do about it, so we bet it all. With a final score of 127-0. Alex and Chris are your winners.
Woo,
nice game.
Wow. Yes. Great job, Alex. Great job.
Good job, y'all.
Strong game, y'all. Really great job. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed.
My apologies. I didn't know I was going to play as hard as it did.
What are you talking about? They had 170 points.
That's true.
Yeah, that played just fine. Now, me and Steven
we got
didn't do
2 out of 3.
Me and Steven didn't do great, but that wasn't your fault. I gave away 2 questions.
Flip of a coin.
Stupid coins.
Hey, you got that one right.
But you got the coins right.
No, that's true. All right. So before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs or promote causes they care about. Alex, we want to start with you.
So I don't have anything really in particular, but even though it got canceled this year, I want to shout out all the people that were organizing Trivia Nationals because that was really great last year, and I'm looking forward to when they put something on again next year.
We firmly agree with you. Love 100%. All of them folks. Steven, you're up.
So a shout out goes to my trivia team. We actually have a fun name. We are Show Me Dem Kitties. We've had a couple of people look over their shoulders at us a couple times wondering if that's actually what we said or if we said something else. But no, we are Show Me Dem Kitties. We actually play in the San Diego area a lot. We haven't been able to play much lately given the current circumstances. So a little shout out to them. And hopefully when this episode goes live, it will be in a somewhat different situation. So that would be cool.
That'd be amazing.
But we'll see. As far as causes, I would just, in light of the current crisis, just implore people to continue to think on a local level. I think it's really easy to get your mindset into what is a national perspective in terms of giving, but oftentimes the more impactful actions you can take are looking out for your neighbors and thinking about the people that are in arm's reach, for lack of a better term, and just trying to do little things. I think that some of the biggest impacts that have been made have been as small as getting a text just asking how I'm doing and sending those texts out. So if you haven't said hello to somebody that you love today, you should probably do that because there's never a bad time for it.
That's fantastic advice. And David?
I agree with that. I normally say go do a random act of kindness for somebody, but with social distancing as it is and people are trying to stay inside and or not, whatever they're doing, I guess what I would do is if you can't financially support someone who's doing something locally or doing a podcast or doing a show or something, if you could share it on your social media just to get the word out, I think that moves wonders, and it's more of a numbers game. So the more numbers they reach, the more likely you'll get people to support them. So do what you can.
A smart man right there. And that's going to wrap us up, guys. So great job, great game. Enjoyed having everybody here. For Alex, for Steven, for David, and for Chris, I'm Jonathan. And this has been another episode of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.